Let's read a few words from this Twitter article. Thank you to the people that sent that to me. There's lots of information going around. These are memorandums of understanding. And as many of you know, we have been pushing this for a long time. Thank you to Sufyan, who sent me the original great article that made this video, and I urge you to watch this video. Kissinger and the UN Habitat, UN Cities, Smart Cities program in the Middle East. It lays it out for you. It shows this was always planned. This has always been planned. Always. Israel deep in bed with Russia and China, and a bunch of idiot fools thinking China's coming to save them. Apparently they can't do a Google search. This has been a form of constant frustrations, I think, for a lot of us, just trying to get across a very, very simple message. As we go to Richard Medhurst, this was the link that was sent to me. Syria has officially joined China's Belt&Road initiative. Syria used to be part of the original Silk Road, especially the ancient cities of Palmyra and Aleppo. I wonder if he could Google Israel-China technology, or maybe Israel-Russia-China, or Israel-Russia-China trade negotiations. Apparently not. We go down once again, where America destroys, China builds. The United States and its allies have ravaged Syria in pursuit of regime change, supporting groups like Al-Qaeda and imposing sanctions, etc. The Caesar Act, which only hurt the Syrian people. But of course, the Assad family are just wonderful people, firing artillery and killing thousands of people before this ever started. And of course, the Saudis heavily involved in funding Syria. And who runs Saudi Arabia? Who's been in bed with Israel now for decades? The Wahhabists. But apparently these people can't do a Google search, can't work it out. Maybe they need to watch a few more of our videos. What do you think? I could go on, but I would just get angry and frustrated at the inability to get narratives out there. Don't we have a lot of trouble getting a narrative out there? It becomes increasingly frustrating. But that's what IIA operations do. Interactive internet activities, psychological online warfare. The ability to condense views and just share them amongst the echo chamber, not allowing a massive fire to spread, a fire of truth, having watertight doors and fire doors which can contain the spread of smoke and flame. And that's really what we're up against, ladies and gentlemen, and getting the story out there is increasingly difficult. But I urge you, if you're unfamiliar with the subject, to go and watch video 59 on my channel. I just put it in my must-watch playlist, and it is an excellent, excellent video. Thank you to Sufyan, who sent me the original articles. Sufyan, of course, changed his mind a few months ago after rallying against Russia and the CCP. And Sufyan, of course, I traveled to Lebanon with Sufyan. He helped me immensely. Highly connected, probably affiliated with some sort of intelligence or loosely affiliated intelligence group. You know, Saudis who don't like what's going on would like a return to a King Faisal 1975 before he was assassinated by Kissinger's friends. But unfortunately, Sufyan did study at Moscow State University, and he admitted that's why he couldn't get a visa. I went, I see. I might add that Sufyan is very brave. He was extremely scared that I would open my big mouth and embarrass the Wahhabist government and have him arrested. I would like to check up and just make sure he's all right. Sufyan unfortunately had a great love for Adolf Hitler. Many Arabs do, many Iranians do, because they don't believe any Holocaust narrative at all. They don't believe anything said by Adolf Hitler. He was a little saint. War was unfortunate. Their ability to have academic research sort of stops at Adolf Hitler, amazingly. Apparently, the Einsatzgruppen and Sonderkommando special detachment units, the murder of the 17,000 by the state of the mentally and physically disabled in Germany, the constant "we will deal with you," das Judenrats. Apparently, you know, it was all just a beautiful, beautiful misunderstanding. Of course, the lies of World War II are many on both sides. We'd like to see a full accounting of the Second World War, including Allied war crimes, wouldn't we? We'd also like to ask who funded Adolf Hitler, wouldn't we? The same networks we see operating today. It's a very, very interesting and dangerous time. But we are seeing the machinations that we've been talking about for years. It would have been nice if the internet stars had also got into this narrative. Unfortunately, they haven't. If you're watching this on YouTube, you would have got this a week earlier on my Patreon. Unfortunately, the Airbnb and the people I buy food off and transport costs and pay for computer stuff and a stream deck, they won't accept my videos as payment. That's why I do Patreon and do a $10, $2.50 a week tier where you can get these videos a week earlier. I'd like to survive and stock up on food and a solar panel or two. I'm sorry if that offends you. A few people say, "What do I have to pay?" Yeah, come and pay something for yourself. You know, just once. I know you want everything for free, but it's not how the world works. So I would also ask you on page. There's a lot of theatre going on, as I expressed in the last video. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to cut this short. I didn't even put the timer on. I want to start doing much quicker, much more brief videos and pumping them out as many as I can, with maybe every month do a decent, more longer video, which is professional voiceover.
Cyber's the real domain. Some real domain of power. See that one on the left? He's a devil. The one in the middle? In the background. Yeah, his mama's a Jew. The PanEurAsian superstate. It's the pivot to the east, Lightning would say. The same guy that said regular people of the world are too small-minded to care for their own affairs. They've got to give their certain freedoms up to a all-sovereign being. Barack, a.k.a. Lightning. PanEurAsian. 100-year reset. Jubilee. 70th 100-year Jubilee reset. Prepare for the West to become this century's east of last century. If you don't stop this, your grandchildren and maybe even your children will be working in factories where the dorms have suicide nets wrapped around them. Because they'll be making the stuff for the West, or for it's switching. It's a pivot to the East. The West will be third world. Greater Israel. Cyber. Look at your phone, the last domain, the last place anything goes and everything goes. Every phone in the West. Snapdragon, Qualcomm. Cyber. It's the real domain of power.